Hey everyone, this is Chris. How y'all doing tonight? This evening I'm going to do something a little different. I'm still along the lines of how much are you worth? If you hadn't seen that particular webinar and you would like to, my info is on my YouTube page here. Email me. I'll set up a schedule for you. Of course, look at the other videos on the page. I'm still trying to do a little bit better job of getting these videos out. I've been so busy though, my dad and everything. I'm actually taking my brother to Atlanta. He's going to Vegas. So just kind of taking a little bit of time to sneak one in. But anyway, tonight, how much are you worth is the theme. But I'm going to do a math question. But before that math question, think about these things. How much are you worth? What is a dollar amount that you feel that you are worth? Think about that real quick. Okay. Does your employer know how much you're worth? Does anybody else around you know how much you're worth? How much you feel? Okay. Now, however long you've been working for your current employer or however many different people you work over the years, think about the fact that you have, and I'm assuming that you've been a loyal employee, you've worked very hard, you have work ethic, you're honest, you have integrity, you're dedicated, you're the first one in, last one out. Okay. But does your company feel that you have any true value to their company? Remember, a company's job is not to make you a living, definitely not make you rich. It's to be profitable. So if you making a living comes within that, fine. But at the end of the day, if it's a matter of sacrificing profitability to employees, they're going to choose profitability, which means some people are not going to be there and other people are going to have to work twice as hard. Case in point, McDonald's. If McDonald's raises their employee salaries to 15 an hour, and if anybody has me on Facebook, you noted that, you know what, you really shouldn't be 29 years old working in McDonald's unless you're pushing for management, unless you're trying to get your own store and whatnot, because there's plenty of 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds who will take that job easily. And that's how it really should be. Okay? If they raise it to 15 an hour, first of all, our food prices are going to go up. We're going to get that Big Mac at $5 a pop, just a sandwich, if it's not already that now. Okay, for a meal that you might pay $6, $7 at the most, now all of a sudden you're paying 12, 13. That's just stupid to me. Okay. Secondarily, they're not going to be able to pay everybody. They're not going to want to pay everybody. So all of a sudden, one, there's going to be some layoffs. Two, people are not going to be working no 40 hours anymore. They're going to cut that out real quick. All of a sudden, everybody's doing 10-hour shifts 3 days a week for 30 hours a week. That's what you're going to have. And then, I don't even want to talk about customer service. Don't pay someone $15 and they're still going to come at you with an attitude. See, that's not going to be cool to me. But that's just one example in regards to evaluating certain things in regards to that. Okay. Now, in general, how much are you worth? Take it upon yourself. Well, here, actually, let's do the math question. Let's do the math question first. All of you who work a job, okay, how much do you spend on your car note each month? Write that down. How much do you spend on the insurance that you pay? How much gas do you put in your car every month? How much is your cell phone bill? How much do you spend on food every month? How much do you spend to keep your hair looking good and your clothes clean every month? Okay. Now, for some people, that could go about $7,000. There's other people can go as high as $10,000 every year, depending on the car that you drive, of course. Insurance, gas that you put in. Some cars are gas guzzlers, right? However much that is how much you spend to keep your job every year. Why is that? Because without your car and the gas you put in your car and insurance to keep you legal, you're probably not going to work that often, are you? And if you don't drive at all, you're paying some kind of transportation fee, whether it be a bus, whether it be a train, or whether it be taxis. Correct? Okay. If you're not eating regularly, you're at work and you're like not productive. Can't keep a job not being productive. I don't care how much, you know, your job is like really light. Eventually, it's going to catch up with you. If no one can ever get in touch with you by phone, hey, guess what? You can't call in. And if anybody needs you, they can't call you. And you know how it is when your job can't get in contact with you. They go crazy, right? And if you're not clean, presentable, not saying you're going to do shirt and tie all the time, but you have to at least be clean. Either you don't want to go to work or they're not going to let you come to work looking crazy, depending on the type of work it is. $10,000 a year. Some people pay $10,000 a year straight up just to keep their job. That doesn't count all of their other expenses of life: rent, mortgage, kids, right? All the other utilities every year. So then again, ask that question: how much are you worth? How much is your salary compared to how much you got to pay just to keep the job? And see, I hadn't even mentioned taxes either, have I? How much money are you making? Is it enough? Is that how much you are worth? How much money do you have at the end of the year? For all the money that you made, all the money that you spent out, and what you think you might get on your taxes come the next April, are you going to break even? Are you going to owe money? How much are you worth? Is that satisfactory? Is the question of questions of how much are you worth. If you've seen any of my other videos or you've heard my webinars in regards to this subject matter, you know it is a big deal when you really think about it, if you really care. Again, a company's job is to be profitable. And ain't nothing wrong with that because somebody created that company and their goal is to be profitable, right? Like I said, the people who own McDonald's, they're going to be profitable. If they do end up paying $15 an hour, a lot of changes are going to happen to continue their profitability. Someone's going to suffer in the end result, though. Believe that. Okay? So, depending on where you lie in that equation, if you know how much you are worth and you're not getting it, then what? What are you prepared to do? Or are you going to do anything and you're just going to let it go? You're just going to deal with it. A lot of people be like, well, I'm making okay. I just sacrifice this. I do this. I try to work 3 different jobs, whatever, whatever, whatever. But I don't want to lose that money. If it ain't even doing anything for you, that's not no money, is it? Some people stay somewhere because they're comfortable. Some people stay somewhere because, well, they're comfortable with the job. Some people are comfortable with the place that they live, things of that nature. But again, if you're not really doing all that well, but you have skills and abilities, then what? Why don't you move? If you've been making a certain amount of money over a period of time, you have enough for a bus ticket, don't you? If you really want to, instead of getting the Xbox, you can get a bus ticket, right? Maybe you don't have all the skills and abilities to get a different position. Well, then that means you got to get some education and training, right? You always are supposed to be getting training anyway on the job that you have now. I'm sure you have some kind of training program on a progressive basis. Or if you do and you're not taking advantage of it, maybe that's why you're not making enough money for yourself. Nobody's supposed to just give it to you. It's not about who you know, it's about what you can do. Who you know gets you in the door, maybe, but if you still fail, guess what? You're not going to stay there for a period of time. You're not. So how much are you worth? Seriously. Or again, doesn't matter. Here's a better question in the minute that I'm going to have left is how much is your time worth? Because inevitably, with all this other money that you're spending on staying on your job, and if you're not making enough, you're having to get another job, maybe 2 jobs. Where's your time? I know someone who told me they're working like 60 hours a week right now because of another department's inability to keep up with the workload. It got nothing to do with him, but he's killing himself. And yeah, he's making the money, but that money ain't gonna last forever because eventually the overtime is gonna stop. He's gonna be used to making that money though. Then what is he gonna do? How much are you worth? You have to start thinking about this eventually. If you haven't heard my webinars, I implore you to check them out. Again, if you want to hear one or see one, email me. My email is on the YouTube page. So if you do that little bit of work, you take that 1 second to look at the email and put it in your inbox, email me, I'll email you back. I'm gonna make people work because that's the only way I know you're really interested, right? I could give you all the information, but who does that? This is Chris. How much are you worth? I hope this little bit of video, this little information, kind of made you think. I'm gonna do another one very soon. Again, I've been not that I've been lax. I've just been busy. I've not really been able to push this new YouTube page at all. But I'm hoping that some people start catching on and start appreciating the information. Information has never hurt anybody. Lack of it hurts everybody all the time. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.